Tanashi.
What is up, YouTube? This is Nanashi back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile video. This time I'll be showing you the changes and updates to my Thunderstun deck. First off, I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything in a little while. There's actually been a couple of reasons for it. The first reason being that I've been helping a friend of mine over on his YouTube channel, ShadowKnight1105, edit some of his montage videos. You should totally check them out, by the way. The other reason being that I wasn't even sure if it'd be worthwhile to make any updates to any of my decks. Master Rule 2020 is right around the corner, and when it drops, a lot of the decks that I play are probably going to need major changes. But I looked through a couple of them and realized that some of them are going to play basically the same regardless of what Master Rule they play in. So I decided to go ahead and take a couple of them and make updates to them, starting with Thunderstun. Main reason for this is because I've made some significant changes to it, including a brand new Thunder Dragon engine, but you'll see what I mean when we take a closer look. Starting with the monster lineup, we have a playset of BATTERYMAN Solar. If it's normal or special summoned, I can send any Thunder monster from my deck to the graveyard, which is mostly used on THUNDERCLAP SKYWOLF, and if another Thunder monster happens to be summoned while he's face up on the field, I get to special summon a BATTERYMAN token. A pair of Denko Sekka. Now I can't be special summoned, but while I control no set spell traps, which is fairly often, neither player can set spell traps nor activate spell traps that are already set on the field. One Lightning Rod Lord. While he's face up, neither player can activate spell cards during the main phase 1. One Thunder King RAI-OH. While he's face up, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand, which is great since Colossus is currently banned, but if the opponent would happen to special summon a monster, I could send him from the field to the graveyard, negate the summon, and destroy the monster. One Thunderclap Monk. When my opponent activates a monster effect while I control this special summoned monster, I contribute him to negate the monster effect and destroy the card. Also, if he's set from the field to the graveyard for any reason, I can special summon any Thunder monster from my hand in defense position. I have a playset of Thunder Dragon Dark. As a quick effect, I can discard him to add a copy of himself from my deck to my hand, but if he happens to be sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, I can add any other Thunder Dragon card from my deck to my hand instead. One DRAGONHAWK. This card was the whole reason I wanted to put the Thunder Dragon engine in this deck in the first place, mainly because of its second effect. I can discard this card and special summon one of my Thunder Dragon monsters that's either banished or in my graveyard, but if it's sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, I can shuffle any number of cards in my hand back into my deck and draw the same number. A playset of Thunder Dragon Roar. I can discard it to add any Thunder Dragon card from my graveyard or banish pile back to my hand, except a copy of himself. But if he is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, I can special summon any Thunder Dragon monster from my main deck, even a copy of himself. And one THUNDERCLAP SKYWOLF. If it's special summoned from the graveyard, I can destroy all monsters my opponent controls, but I don't get a battle phase this turn. Moving into the spell cards, I have a playset of Allure of Darkness. Draw 2 cards, banish a dark monster, or discard my entire hand. One Broken Bamboo Sword. The equipped monster gains a whopping 0 attack, but trust me, the fact that it's got Bamboo Sword in the name is infinitely more valuable than any attack boost. Specifically for the one copy of Burning Bamboo Sword. If I activate a Bamboo Sword card while this is already face up in my spell and trap zone, my opponent loses their next main phase 1. 3 copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword. The equipped monster gains 0 attack, but you can target another Bamboo Sword card you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, the equipped monster can attack directly for this turn. Now that effect is a hard once per turn, but what isn't a hard once per turn is that if this card goes to the graveyard from anywhere, you can add any Bamboo Sword card from your deck to your hand except a copy of itself. Foolish Burial Goods at 2, which sends any spell trap from the deck to the graveyard, is a great way to get those Cursed Bamboo Swords into the graveyard faster. One Gold Sarcophagus, banishing any card from my deck and adding it back to my hand 2 turns later. One Golden Bamboo Sword. If I control a Bamboo Sword equipped spell, and I have 4 different targets, this card lets me draw 2 cards. A playset of Instant Fusion. 1000 points to special summon any fusion monster level 5 or lower from your extra deck. Can't attack, but it's destroyed during the end phase. A pair of Photon Sanctuary. I get to special summon 2 Photon tokens, which are Thunder type, light level 4, in defense position. The tokens can't attack or be used as synchro material, and I can't summon other monsters the turn I activate this card, except for light monsters. A pair of Terminal Whirl. You can only activate it during main phase 1, but while it's on the field, both players have to skip their main phase 2. A pair of Thunder Dragon Fusion. It lets you fusion summon any Thunder-type fusion monster by returning material from your field, graveyard, or banish pile back into your deck for the fusion summon. Also, you can banish the spell card out of the graveyard on a different turn than the one it went there to add any Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. And a playset of Ties of the Brethren. By targeting any level 4 or lower monster, giving up 2,000 life points, and skipping the battle phase for this turn, you get to special summon any 2 monsters from your deck who have the same type, attribute, and level as the target, but all 3 monsters have to have different names from each other. Now, since this build doesn't run any trap cards, let's just slide right into the side deck. I have a playset each of Dark Ruler No More, Herald of the Abyss, Solemn Johnson, Solemn Strike, and Solemn Warning. And finally, we finish up with the extra deck. I have a pair of Kaminari Attack, which is the instant fusion target that I run, and a playset of Thunder Dragon Titan. He can be fusion summoned by using 3 Thunder Dragon monsters, or you can special summon him by banishing a Thunder-type fusion monster you control and a Thunder-type monster out of the hand, which was one of the ways I was going to try and exclude some of the more bricky cards out of my hand, but it ended up being so much more. A 3200 attack beatstick that can avoid destruction by banishing any 2 cards out of your graveyard instead. And if you happen to activate a Thunder-type monster's effect in hand, he can, as a quick effect, chain and destroy any card on the field. I do still run a few Xyz monsters though. One Bujinte Tsukuyomi, which can detach 1 material and discard your entire hand, minimum 1, to draw 2 new cards. One Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. Once per chain during either my main phase or my opponent's battle phase, I can detach a material if my opponent has more cards in their hand and on their field than I do, and destroy all other cards on the field, but the opponent takes no damage for the rest of the turn. And one STARLIEGE PALADYNAMO. By double detaching, I can target any face-up monster on the field, reduce its attack to 0, and negate its effects. Also, if he happens to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, I get to draw a card. Now we wrap it up with the Link monsters, starting with a playset of Hip Hoshin Ninnigan, a playset of Some Summer Summoner, which is how I get off my THUNDERCLAP SKYWOLF combo. Once per opponent's turn, as a quick effect, I can discard a card and target a Thunder monster in my graveyard except the Link monster, and then I special summon it to a zone the discard points to. And finally, one copy of Thunder Dragon Thunderstormek. During my main phase, if I control this Link summoned card, I can target one of my Thunder Dragon monsters that is banished in my graveyard, and apply its effect as though it were just discarded from the hand, returning that copy that I targeted to the top or bottom of my deck. Now that effect is once per turn, but what isn't is that if a Thunder monster or monsters I control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, I can banish any 3 cards out of my graveyard instead to protect all of them. And that is the deck. I have to be honest, there's still a bit of an issue with this deck where the engines don't quite work together very well. Either the Thunder Dragons want to take over and run with the Bamboo Swords, or the Thunder Troops, the level 4s, want to run with the Bamboo Swords. I like them both in the same deck and I want them to work together, but they just do not want to get along. But I'll keep working at it until I can find a build that I'm actually happy with. I thank you guys for watching the deck profile video. If you can think of any way that I can improve this almost all Thunder deck, feel free to let me know. In the meantime, this has been Nanashi, signing out.